is proudly presented by AT Uverse TV.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
The Mariners have watched Felix Hernandez grow up right before their eyes, maturing into the Cy Young winning superstar that he is now. The Rangers have watched Martin Perez begin his journey as a Major League starter this season, and the early returns are fantastic. The 22-year-old lefty has shown the poise and confidence of a veteran this year. Tonight, Hernandez and Perez square off next on Fox Sports Southwest. It is a mild and beautiful evening here at Rangers Ballpark. A large crowd filing in to watch game number 2 of this 3-game set. Your Texas Rangers taking on the Seattle Mariners. And welcome along, everyone. With Tom Grieve, I'm Steve Busby. Glad you could join us for the Saturday night of Rangers baseball. And it looks to be a dandy, another good pitching matchup tonight. And Tom, I guess you have to say that Martin Perez for the Rangers pitching about as well as a 22-year-old can do it.
He really is, Buzz. You know, he's been supremely talented ever since he was 16 years old. And now the talent is starting to match the performance.
Right.
He's pitched very well in his last 3 starts. In fact, in Houston, he had a 115-pitch complete game. Gave up a home run in the last at bat. Otherwise, he would have had a complete game shutout. In his last 3 starts, his ERA is 1.59. Opponents are hitting 1.56 against him. He's starting to get his changeup over the plate, starting to spot his fastball on both sides of the plate. And now that he's starting to do that, he really looks like he could take off.
Well, and he's got a dream come true tonight, a young Venezuelan going against the idol that he grew up with in Venezuela, and that's Felix Hernandez. Great pitching matchup on hand here tonight. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the first pitch for you coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Well, Martin Perez finishing his warm-up tosses, and before we get things underway, let's go check in with Jim Knox down on the field. Jim?
I appreciate it, Buzz. Martin Perez has been on a roll lately. Last 4 starts, he's given up just 3 runs. Now, I talked to Giovanni Soto before the game. He'll catch Martin tonight, and I asked him, when Martin's at his best, what is he doing right?
The secondary pitches for strike he gets. When he's struggling, he can't really command his fastball and his off speed or down in dirt or hanging. But, lately he's been, pounding strike zones, living in the corners down, and then whenever he needs a slide or a curveball, change up into strike, he'll throw it down in the zone or for strike in the corner. So I feel that that's what's going on.
Giovanni Soto with the Geico quote of the night. And Buzz, last 2 starts, Martin Perez with an earned run average of 1.76. Hopefully that will continue this evening.
That's a pretty nice number to have, Jim, and it's a good one to be stuck on if you're going to be stuck on a particular number. Martin Perez has been really pitching well. Here's the Mariners lineup. Brad Miller leads off. Kyle Seager is the start at third. He's batting second. Kendrys Morales is the DH. Michael Morse bats cleanup, plays right field. Raul Ibanez in left. Justin Smoke playing first base. Hitting seventh, playing center field, Dustin Ackley. Brendan Ryan is the shortstop, and Henry Blanco catches and bats ninth. And the first pitch tonight, a fastball to Brad Miller. It is fouled back for strike one.
And the Progressive scouting report for Martin Perez. 5-3, solid 3.44 ERA. It's coming down based on his last 3 starts.
Well, there's a hanger that's belted into the right field corner. That's going to be extra bases for Miller. Rios goes in there to dig it out, and Miller chugging into second base with a leadoff double.
Had the complete game victory over the Astros in his last start. Pitched very well at home, a 1.75 ERA in 4 home starts. And one of the things he hasn't done very often in the last 3 games is throw a pitch like the one Miller just got to hit right there. That was an ultimate hanging slider right in the zone.
2 pitches into the game, and Martin Perez will have to work from the stretch with Miller at second base. Very comfortable 89 degrees at game time here tonight. Hard to believe on the 17th of August that we would have temperatures this comfortable, but it has been great. Rangers hoping to make an awful lot of this nice weather too, trying to spice it up a bit with a win against the Mariners tonight. First pitch to Kyle Seager is a bit low for ball one. Umpiring crew tonight. We have the crew chief Dana DeMuth calling the balls and strikes. Angel Hernandez at first, Paul Nard at second, and Doug Eddings is over at third. Seager hitting .283 as Martin Perez sets. And there's a base hit to right field. That's going to put the Mariners on top as Rios over to cut it off. Coming in to score is Brad Miller. So back-to-back base hits, a double and now a single, and Seattle has the early 1-0 lead.
Seager continues to stroke the ball against the Rangers. He had the huge hit last night. Got the fastball to hit a 2-run homer to give them the lead. And he gets a fastball right in the center of the plate this time. Against a good hitter like that, you've just got to make better pitches. He's certainly shown that if he gets his pitch to hit, he can put the good part of the bat on it. Good solid hitter.
But nobody out with Seager at first. Kendrys Morales, the switch hitting designated hitter, is at the plate in a rip and a miss on the changeup. It is 0-1. Morales trying to hit that ball to downtown Dallas.
If that was a fastball in the same location, he might have.
Yeah, would have had a good shot at it, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Well, Morales, a .291 hitter, 17 home runs and 65 RBI. As that breaking ball is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morales, the team leader with those 65 runs driven in. Came over in a very important trade as far as the Mariners were concerned. They sent Jason Vargas down the West Coast to Anaheim to join the Angels, and Kendrys Morales came over and has become a fixture right in the middle of the order, which is something that the Mariners really needed to have. And he has had a solid year for them. Morales, who got back into the lineup last year after suffering that terrible knee injury a couple of years ago. This is the better part of 2 years, and he's trying to atone for lost time. Tough play for Martin Perez, but Morales doesn't run all that well, so it made it a little bit easier. The outer recorded at first. Seager at second now in scoring position with one out, and Michael Morse coming up. We'll take a look at the Ranger defense behind Martin Perez tonight. Murphy, Martin, and Rios left, center, and right. Moreland at first. Kinsler and Andrews up the middle. Beltre at third. And Giovanni Soto catching Martin Perez. Same battery that did such a good job down in Houston against the Astros in that complete game by the young left-hander. The 1 on, 1 out, a run in. Here is Michael Morse, who's hitting .236. Pickoff play at second, and they got it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good throw, good quick move by Martin Perez with Kinsler right at the bag. And they just picked Kyle Seager clean.
It's nice to see someone else get picked off the bases rather than our guys. That was a beautiful pickoff play. Ian is right next to the bag. And boy, you can't throw it any more accurately than that. Tag is right there. That's a way to erase an out. Good job.
And Michael Morse, a big rip and a miss. It is 0-1. Morse, the big power hitting outfielder, gets fisted on that pitch and fouls it off. One of the pitcher's best friends, that pickoff play. And Seager got caught. Yeah, maybe leaning the wrong way, but more than anything, flat-footed.
Yeah, he just wasn't ready for it. He's figuring out his batting average after that double, after the single.
Yeah, counting up his RBIs and recalculating that batting average. Well, he had some extra time to do it. That was on the bench. 1-2, the count to Morse. Perez okays the sign. Back he comes. Jam shot out to short. Elvis, a high throw, stretching forward nicely, is Mitch Moreland. So the side retired, and the damage has been limited. A run on 2 hits and nobody left. After a half inning, the Mariners won. The Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. Starting lineup is delivered by DeMontron RV. Leonis Martin leads off. He's in center. Elvis Andrus is followed by Ian Kinsler. Batting cleanup playing third, Adrian Beltre. Alex Rios is in right. Mitch Moreland hits 6th. He plays first. Giovanni Soto is catching. Jurickson Profar is the DH tonight. And batting 9th, the left fielder, David Murphy.
And on the mound, Felix Hernandez. 12-5. Got the best ERA in the American League, 2.28. 178 strikeouts. That's the 4th best in Major League Baseball. He started 3 games against the Rangers this year. He's given up some home runs. He hasn't won a game, and his ERA is 4.66 against the Rangers. Well, he's had his moments against the Rangers, but the Rangers have had their moments against him as well.
Yep.
Probably more so than any other team, I would have to think.
Yep. Yeah, the Rangers have pinned more losses on Hernandez than any other team by half a dozen. And Leonis Martin skies one to center field. Dustin Ackley coming on and makes the grab. And Leonis Martin is retired for out number 1. He'll bring up Elvis Andrews. Take a look at the rest of the Mariners defense tonight behind Felix Hernandez. Ibanez in left. You saw Ackley in center. Michael Morris is in right. Smoke at first. Miller and Ryan up the middle tonight. Kyle Seager at third. Henry Blanco is catching. And Felix Hernandez, the 27-year-old right-hander, on the hill tonight. Cy Young Award winner back in 2010. Probably having a better year this year than he had in 2010, at least to this point. 2010, he was only a game over 500 with his record, but all the other numbers were just so outstanding, nobody could overlook it. First pitch to Elvis is inside for ball 1. 61 times Andrews and Hernandez have matched up. Elvis a 279 hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. When you're talking about the numbers, 12 and 18 is Felix Hernandez's career record against the Rangers. Angels have lost to or beat him 12 times, and that's the next closest. 1-2. Elvis a 254 overall, a home run, and 40 RBI. Last 5 ball games, you can see he's tailed off a little bit. Little check swing out in front of the plate. Blanco jumps on it, throws out Andrews, and there are 2 gone very quickly.
I think most hitters would rather take a full swing and miss than do that. The check swing, little tapper out in front of the plate. You just feel like you totally wasted it at that. Kind of caught in between. It's frustrating. I know exactly how Elvis feels. Did that a lot more than he has. Just get kind of caught in between. Turned out to be a pretty good pitch to hit.
You get about halfway through that, right after it ticks off the bat, you say, oh, did I just do that?
Those are the ones where you have to push yourself to run hard to first base. You know you're going to be out. You're very upset that you did it. And what you want to really do is turn and walk right straight into the dugout without even trying to run toward first base.
Off-speed pitch that glances off Kinsler's
Must have hit his
bat, I guess. I thought it hit him on the shoulder.
I thought it hit him too. It bounced right off his bat. It was an off-speed pitch, 80 miles an hour.
Watch where this goes. Yeah, it did. Just missed his back. I don't know how it missed his letters.
It looked like it hit every one of his numbers.
Yeah.
Letters.
And a chopper out towards short. Ryan has it. And quickly across the diamond. That will do it. Rangers go quietly in order. 1, 2, 3 and out. We finished 1. And it's already started. Hernandez going after Beltran. 1-0 Seattle.
For a Ranger win this evening, of course, in Community Corner this evening, Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation and Whataburger joined forces for the annual Strikeout Hunger. Tarrant County Food Bank collected pounds and thousands of food here at the ballpark tonight. To find out how you can help, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, Raul Ibanez starts things off and rifles a pitch foul outside first. It is 0-1. Ibanez, Smoke, and Ackley, the first three to face Martin Perez here in the Mariners' second inning. 1-0 Seattle. And a rip and a miss at the changeup. It is 0-2. Ibanez, 25 home runs. That's tops on the ball club. And it's good for 8th in the American League. 59 RBI. A little topper foul. Raul stepping in at 251 for the average. Pretty much been playing every day against the right-handers and left-handers for Seattle. That pitch down and in makes the count a ball and 2 strikes. Ibanez is also 8th in the American League with a .510 slugging percentage. Foul back. Be careful down there. 95, but had a lot of the plate. And that swing by Ibanez right on it. Ibanez 2 for 3 in his career. There's a look at that 5th pitch that had. Next pitch is low and outside, 2-2. Ibanez 0 for 3 with a walk in last night's ball game. Eric Holland handled him very effectively. A couple of strikeouts. Got him swinging. Pitch down. Ibanez is gone on strikes. First punch out for Martin Perez.
A much better location to Ibanez than the first 2 left-hand hitters. Miller and Seager got great pitches to hit. There's a changeup sinking down and in that really fooled Ibanez.
The one gone now is Justin Smoke, the hot-hitting Justin Smoke. He was 2 for 3 with a home run last night. That home run came off of Tanner Shepard in the 9th inning. He looks at a changeup that floats in for strike 1. 4 out of 5 in his career is Justin Smoke against Martin Perez. A couple of doubles. Rip on the changeup again. 0-2.
One thing good about his changeup, Buzz, it looks like it's one of those changeups that if he keeps it down like that, he can throw a lot of them.
Yeah.
Last night Iwakuma threw a lot of splitters, and it was so effective he could just keep throwing it. That's how good it was, and it really looks like he's got that kind of changeup.
Yeah, and it looks like too, Tom, when he gets the pitch down a little bit, say down around below the thigh, that it moves much more too. You get it down and he finishes it off so that it has some pretty good drop on it.
Yeah.
There's one that's popped up on the right side. Mitch Moreland circling to get underneath it and makes the grab. That's out number 2. So Smoke pops out. That's 4 straight now, set down by Martin Perez, and he will face Dustin Ackley. Ackley moving up a spot tonight. He was hitting 8th last night. He moved up to 7th tonight. Ackley an 0 for 4 with a strikeout in last evening's ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. Ackley has turned things around pretty well. You can see he's 0 for 5 against Martin Perez, but Ackley's hitting almost 300 since the All-Star break. You were mentioning last night, Tom, that the Mariners certainly would expect more from Dustin Ackley than just, the 230 batting average with not much run production.
Yeah, and you just have to be patient. These kids that they've got, they're not just 8th and 10th round draft choices that you're hoping do something that might be a little unexpected. These are top guys with a good pedigree that have been scouted, and a lot of people like them, not just the Mariners, but all teams like guys like Ackley and Smoke. And so when you like a guy like that, you got to keep running him out there, and you got to live with it. First couple of years, they've been struggling, and the team has suffered, but you know, if they all put it together, if he turns into a 300 hitter and can play center field, and Smoke turns into a run producer, then maybe the wait was worth it. But if you believe in him, you got to stick with him. You got to give him a chance. You can't jump off the bandwagon, because some guys develop a lot quicker than others.
Yeah, a good case in point is you see that Brendan Ryan is stepping in to face Martin Perez. Good case in point, Kyle Seager. And both he and Dustin Ackley came off that same team in North Carolina, drafted by the Mariners. And, you know, Seager came along a lot more quickly at the big league level than Ackley has. But does it mean that one guy can play and one guy can't? No, not yet.
Not yet.
You know, Seager's shown that he probably can play pretty well.
Seager's a third-round pick. Ackley was the second pick in the draft.
Yeah. A rip and a miss by Brendan Ryan.
But, you know, everybody's not Alex Rodriguez and Ken Griffey Jr. and highly touted kids that blossom, or Felix Hernandez when they're 19 and 21, 22. It doesn't happen that way most of the time. I like Nelly Cruz. Nelly Cruz didn't blossom till he'd been in the minor leagues for 6 or 7 years. Wasn't protected on a AAA roster, so you never know.
In the dirt, well, what a job by Giovanni Soto to keep that ball anywhere near home plate. Great block, and that forced Ackley to stay at first.
One thing you don't want to have happen is get rid of a player like that too soon and watch him blossom for somebody else.
Right.
That's the dilemma for personnel decision makers, is when you do cut loose someone, you got to be comfortable that you're making the right choice.
2-1 pitch coming from Perez. There goes Ackley. The pitch is high. The throw is wide and into center field, but backed up by Leonys Martin. Well, Martin coming on to save Giovanni Soto an error, but Ackley, the stolen base, gets himself into scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, and that was one. It looked like if Giovanni threw the ball a foot on the other side of second base, that he might have had a chance to get Ackley. But the throw was on the shortstop side, and there was no chance. Ian tries to make the tag quickly and doesn't catch the ball, but not too worried about it because he knows Martin is going to be right behind him.
Well, the count moves to 3 balls and a strike. Brendan Ryan hitting just 189. You got Ackley at second base. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Base hit to left field. Murphy is charging, but Ackley's got good speed, and he will score as the throw is cut off. So the stolen base immediately pays dividends as Brendan Ryan drives in his 18th run of the year, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead.
2-out rally by a guy hitting 228, and the other one's hitting 189. But if you're in the big leagues and you got a bat in your hand, you got an opportunity to get a base hit when you get a pretty good pitch to hit.
Now, it has been a problem tonight for Martin Perez location-wise. It's just not control, but command within the strike zone. It's been off enough, and give the Mariners credit. They've been able to take pitches that were not exactly where Martin wanted to put them and turn them into hits and runs. They'll run across with 2 outs, back-to-back 2-out hits. Henry Blanco, veteran catcher, hitting 177 with 3 home runs and 14 driven in. Perez first pitch to him. That's off the glove of Soto, and down to second goes Brendan Ryan. And Mike Maddox is going to go out, try and slow things down a little bit for Martin Perez. That's going to be a pass ball charged to Giovanni Soto. That's one of the ones where you reach up, as a catcher, you reach up and the glove goes in front of your eyes, and it causes you to lose sight of the ball. In just that split second, that ball travels about 15 feet while you have your eyes blocked off, and it's hard to adjust to the movement. Well, Mike Maddox out to have his little conversation. Giovanni Soto stays to say a few more things to Martin Perez. Perez on a streak of 6 1/3 innings in each of his last 3 starts. 6 1/3 plus in each of his last 3. First time he's really had early inning adversity in any of them. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Blanco. Good off-speed pitch. It is a ball and a strike. Blanco, the veteran and 41-year-old catcher, signed as a free agent this year by the Mariners on June the 14th. Toronto had released him 4 days earlier. Good breaking ball, and that catches the inside corner. 1-2. Perez studying the signs as Blanco waits. Now Blanco tired of waiting, so he backs out. Brendan Ryan, the runner at second base. He had the RBI single driving home Dustin Ackley here in this frame. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Well, he came back with a changeup, got his second strikeout of the inning and the game, but the Mariners on a pair of 2-out hits put another run on the board after 1.5. Seattle 2, Texas nothing. Rules that are proposed for next season. And if your answer would be yes, get the calls right when you possibly can. Just go to Twitter and pop on hashtag FSMoreReplay. And if you don't think that replay needs to be incorporated in Major League Baseball, then no, keep the human element of the game. It's hashtag FSLessReplay. So more replay or less replay. And we will total up your responses, give you the answers, or give you the opinions later on in the ballgame. Here is Adrian Beltre, and the first pitch to him is very high for ball one. Beltre 2 for 2 last night, a couple of singles and a couple of walks. 320, the average against his good buddy, at least off the field. There's a strike. It is 1-1. One of those hits that Beltre had against King Felix, a home run. One pitch. You take a look at the leaders in the American League. This is as of the beginning of play today. Miguel Cabrera still leading the pack at 358, and Mike Trout at 330. Beltre only 4 or 5 points behind Trout. Chopper behind the bag at third. It's foul, and the count moves to 2-2.
Now, Hernandez has a lot of pitches that are effective. But right now, he used to be a guy that might have been 94, 96. Now he's more 92, 93, which is fine. He's the same pitcher. But he throws Buzz like an 89 or 90 mile an hour changeup.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a guy that throws a changeup a couple of miles an hour less than his fastball and is effective with it?
No, I really haven't. And, the thing that gets me about Felix Hernandez, Tom, and I know you and I have talked about this on occasion, is how much natural movement he has in the ball.
Yeah.
And the changeup is a good example of that. Most of the time, that 90 mile an hour, 89 mile an hour changeup is going to be dead straight for guys, and it's like a batting practice speed fastball for some guys. But for Hernandez, it moves more than his normal fastball, which is crazy. 2-2 pitch. In the air, hit pretty well to right, but that's slicing back into the crowd and out of play. But he's just one of those guys that has that kind of an arm where, you take 3 or 4 miles an hour off the fastball and the thing dives all over the place. Plus, he commands it very well, which certainly helps. Another 2-2 pitch coming. And Beltre out in front of that breaking ball a little bit. Looks out to Hernandez as if to say, what in the world was that? Month of August, Adrian Beltre, the second highest average in the American League. 420 with 12 RBI. That's the most on the Ranger club. A.J. Przinsky with 11. Both of them having great months. To center field, that's going to fall for a base hit. And Beltre is talking to Hernandez all the way down to first base. And Felix now has something to say to Adrian. That's great. Well, Beltre now has been on base 5 consecutive plate appearances.